Hello everyone. So I'm going to introduce you to a bug that currently exists in Minecraft Bedrock 1.21. In the trial chambers, mobs can spawn with trimmed armor, and normally when you defeat the mobs they do not drop their armor, but if you transform the mobs into another mob, like for example in the case behind me I have a Husk Spawner, I will show you how it works, and drops the husks into water and they transform into zombies. When they do that, they are no longer the husks that were spawned, and as a result they're considered defeated, and the spawner will keep on spawning them. But the interesting thing is, when you defeat the mobs that have spawned now and transformed into zombies, they will drop their trimmed armor. So let me show you how it works. So over here we have a trial spawner, and when you get in line of sight it will start spawning mobs in, and the water stream here pushes them into a chamber down here, which will transform them into normal zombies after a period of time. So they're down here and they're submerged. Now when they get transformed, so you'll see three will pop through, that wave will be completed and more will spawn. I've also done this with another trial spawner up here. So it's the same idea, and what I've done to make this somewhat AFKable is add a railway line that just pushes you backwards and forwards between them, so you get line of sight and it triggers that one. Interestingly, zombies converted in this way, while they are considered defeated by the trial spawner and it will spawn its loot on top, they do not despawn. So when running this system, you either need to add in an auto way of killing the zombies and collecting their loot, which is just a hopper and a chest underneath here. So when these transform, I'll show you. So this is an example of some of the loot that gets created. And if I go down to the first spawners, some of them should have already been converted. Yep, so you can see them start to shiver and they'll turn into zombies. I see an iron sword here. Some more iron swords. Trimmed chain helmet. Up here I have another series of chests which have the items which I've managed to collect. All these trimmed armors. A huge number of diamond swords. More trimmed armors. And just random junk. Okay, so these are all transformed into drowns. Just defeat them. And we have some more trimmed armor. Some diamond helmets. All this stuff. Just added a lava destroyer here to mean that I do not need to worry about things I don't really care about. I can get rid of them. All I really want is the diamond trimmed armor. You will get helmets and chest plates. For the other types of armor, leather, you'll get the full set as you will with gold armor, but none of these will be trimmed. Only the diamond, the iron, and the chainmail armor will be trimmed. And whenever the final one is defeated, you get a selection of loot, including things that the zombie itself might drop. For example, potatoes, and the drowns drop copper and nautilus shells. So there are actually 3 husk spawners inside this trial chamber. I've added this feature to 2 of them. So let's go to the last one. First things first will be to defeat the spawners so we can start the 30-minute timer to give us time to build this. And what did we get? Trial key. So I'm just going to defeat the... you don't really need to clear the rest of these off because they won't trigger until you get too close. But I will defeat them anyway. Where are you? You are going to set off some redstone in here. Oh, okay. Hello, Miss Skeletons. Most of these aren't really a huge threat unless you let them overwhelm you. So for you guys... and another trial key. And some potatoes. So that starts a 30-minute timer, so you have time to clear out this area. Oh no, there's another. Thought I cleared that. Must have been another one. Let's go up here. And what did we get? Another key. Well, that's handy. Of the trial spawners, they have about a 50% chance of dropping a key whenever you get a victory, and then the rest is divided amongst the other items on the loot chart. Right, so for this farm, we're going to need a few ingredients. Some hoppers, chest of storage, and some ice. You won't need that much. So, need to create a little bit of space around the spawner. This is primarily so that the husks spawn inside this area. we're doing is simply surrounding the spawner with glass so the husks can't escape. The roof isn't really necessary. It's more of a safety measure for me so that I don't accidentally fall into my own trap. Clear a layer underneath the spawner. There are all the extra blocks that we don't need. That'll stop the water flowing. In this corner we need the chamber. Oh, that's a bit rubbish. There we go. chamber to get down there. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 6, 1, 2. Go. Got a line of hoppers. Now this works because this spawner block is actually just a little bit less than a full block, so the hopper can pick up the item that pops out the top. And that's essentially it. I just need to break these ice blocks. That'll flow all the way to there. And break this one. That finishes that off. And that'll flood into there. Oh. Do need to stop the... Let's just build a little path around here. That way we can get in. Now, I do need to add some slabs in front of the chamber. Do not need that many, but oh well. Because otherwise this happens. So you can get line of sight of the spawner from down here. In theory, that's all you need to do. Add a tunnel to get into the rest of the trial chamber. Way to get into the chamber. Way to get round it. That'll do. And 30 minutes later, we have the spawner has reset. So that'll start spawning. The one up here should start as well. Yep. And our brand new one down here should. If I go down here, and it starts spawning, and they all spawn inside the area. Excellent. And they'll get pushed down into that little chamber. Let's actually move this up a layer. So as they convert, we've got a sword. Some have gone all the way to drown stage. I just come in here. Let's see what we get. Some trimmed diamond helmets. Bunch of diamond swords. Some iron armor. Bunch of iron swords. And even a bit of copper. And that's how you too can have an armor trim farm, at least until it's patched. Okay, quickly jump over into a Java test world just to see if this works, and I built a similar construction. After a bit of testing, I found out that the area needs to be slightly larger, otherwise they'll pop out of the area. And unless the zombies can't see you through the glass, so they won't move directly towards you unless they can actually see you. So I go up here. They'll now see me and then fall off and then go into the water stream. Now, they will go into the water stream and be converted into zombies and then into drowns. But the key point is, does this farm work? No, not on Java. The zombies will be converted and all they will drop is rotten flesh, which kind of makes this farm useless on Java. Additional things to consider. When they turn into drowns, they will attempt to escape, so they'll swim back up the tunnel, making this difficult to kill them. And in Bedrock, you can use buttons to stop water flow, but in Java, that doesn't work. The buttons just move away. So, not ideal, especially if they just get stuck on top of there. One final point is that in Bedrock, as I mentioned, the spawner block is slightly smaller than a block, so if you put a hopper underneath, it'll pick up the items above. This doesn't work on Java because it appears to be a full block. As a result, that when this finishes, the reward will stick above the block. You could get around this with a hopper minecart, but that changes the design as well, because you need to move the hopper minecart up a bit and have an extra structure to stop it moving or getting jostled by the zombies. So, not really ideal for Java. Next thing on the list is to link up the railway line so that I can automate these all running at the same time. But that's for next time. Thank you very much for watching this content. If you like what you saw, please press the like button and then subscribe if you want to see more. Until next time, goodbye.